We discussed the word discontentment the other day, but there is another word in which content is in the middle. And this time, the other word is before the word content. Discontent. Well, dis comes from the Latin or the Greek or something, and it means not. So discontent, which of course we all knew, means not content. Well, that's not a state you want to be in at all, is it? Discontent. So how do we help ourselves to not be discontent? Well, one of the things I've noticed, and again, content implies, though it's probably not proper Latin or Greek, but the word content, as in having things. So how do we stop ourselves from being discontent? Well, the trouble is, the society we live in thrives on us being discontent. You see, capitalism, consumerism, relies on companies maintaining their profits by selling us things we don't need. And we fall for it a lot and end up with what I like to call cupboard clutter. Now, what are they actually selling us? They're not really selling us a product. It doesn't really matter what the product is. They're selling us discontent. Discontent with our looks, so that we'll buy anti-aging products or beauty products or Botox. Discontent with our clothing, so that we'll buy designer stuff. Discontent with our relationships, so that we'll buy all sorts of self-help books, though that's probably all right. But discontent with the possessions we have. I mean, I have an iPhone 8, and my iPhone 8 works perfectly for its purpose, and yet I'm constantly being approached by my, it's EE, to say, come on, upgrade your phone, get a better camera, be able to, have a phone that takes out your cat litter, or a car. Your car works perfectly fine, but hey, you need to have this car, because then you'll be sexy looking and you'll have the performance of a lifetime. In other words, all a firm has to do in order to get us to buy their content, their product, is to sell us one thing, and that's discontent. So when we're watching television, or when we're reading a magazine, or even when we're walking along the street and looking at billboards, everywhere we are confronted by the effect of consumerism and capitalism, which is to make us discontent with the things we have, discontent with who we are. Are we muscly enough? Should we join a gym? Are we thin enough? Should we join a Weight Watchers? Are we beautiful enough? Should we have plastic surgery? Everything's about discontent. So, I tell all my clients who come to me with low self-esteem, the first thing you should do is when you watch television, is to fast forward the adverts. Don't watch them. Pay no heed. Second thing is, if you have to buy magazines, quickly go by the pages full of selling products, or don't buy these magazines at all, because all they're trying to do is make us discontent with who and what and where and how and who and whatever we are, so that we'll buy, and say goodbye to our money, say goodbye to our content, while they profit. You see, the capitalists, in other words, I'm not an activist. I'm just explaining the society and the culture we live in. You know, their contentment comes from our discontent, because they're very content to be making lots of money out of our discontent by selling us things that we don't need, but that we feel better by having. So if you are searching for content, no, that is not a good sentence. If you are searching for a way to be more content, then pay less heed to the bullshit that's being sold us and produced by all these large companies, which puts the dis before content, the not, and realize that what you have and who you are and how you are is enough. It took me years and years and years and years and years to learn this, to be content with what I have, with who I am, with where I am, with what I'm wearing, with how I look. Don't get me wrong, I have a good hairdresser, though you can't really tell today. It needs a cut. I like nice clothes, but I don't go around buying things simply to feel content. So, in order to know that you are enough, which you are, be content and get rid of the dis. Okay. Take care.